1023 The Coyote. Good morning. Joining us, hanging out, Mr. Paul REISER. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Doing great. Busy times for you. My goodness. Not only have you been popping up on TV shows, you have your own movie that just recently come out that you wrote. You have a new comedy special going to be hitting all the sort of streaming networks coming up on November 19th, Life, Death, and Rice Pudding. Paul, how do you have time for any of this?
You know what? It's all leading up to talking to you. I just got to get all those things out of the way so that you and I have time to chat. That's how I plan my life.
I'm glad that you've set aside enough time to speak with me. I was worried about it for a second.
Always. Both of those projects were, the movie and the special, were things that I've been working on for a while, and it's just a coincidence they happen to be coming out at the same time. But the movie, was something I've been working on for a couple of years, and we shot it in Ireland. It's called The Problem with People. It's beautiful, really funny, sweet movie. It's getting some great reviews, and it's a small indie, so there's no studio plug in it. So I've been just knocking on doors and telling everybody, go see it and tell me if you don't love it. And then the special, I got back into doing stand-up about 10 years ago after a long hiatus, but I hadn't done a special for years, since like early 90s. And, one of the things, someone said, why did you do it now? And I realized part of it was after doing shows like Stranger Things and The Boys and Beverly Hills Cop, all these high-profile things, people were, seeing me, but they went, oh, I didn't know that he does stand-up. I had no idea. I thought, that's not good. I should probably step into the ring a little bit more loudly. So I thought it's time to do a special. So it's going to be coming out Tuesday. It's coming out Tuesday the 19th on your Apple and iTunes and Amazon and anywhere you buy or rent stuff. And I'm really proud of it. It came out really well. I'm very pleased.
It'll be the only thing you find if you probably search for Paul REISER and stand-up. It'll probably be the first thing that sticks right to the top there of the list.
The old specials, I guess if you type in a name, it brings up whatever they have. But I don't even know if my old specials are findable. But they're so, they don't look like me. I look like a child.
Well, let's go back to looking like a child. Like, you started back in sitcoms early while you were juggling that stand-up career. Was that transition into sitcoms something you accepted? You were like, great, I'll just do this.
It wasn't exactly groundbreaking. There had certainly been precedent of comedians going on to TV. So, I don't know. I think we're just so trusting. Like, I guess we'll just do that. And Mad About You was I created that, so I kind of was like, let me write it as closely as I can to myself, and it was a lot of it came out of my stand-up. So I wrote it as best I could, so I wouldn't have to act too hard. Like, it'll be like me, but there'll be another person playing with me.
Acting projects aside, of course, Stranger Things, sort of be introducing yourself to a whole different audience who might be kind of surprised that you have a stand-up special coming out.
Totally. I kept hearing from friends that their children, their teenagers would go, whoa, are you saying the doctor from Stranger Things is going to try to be funny? That doesn't sound right. And I thought, would you please explain to them, I'm not really a doctor, but I am really a comedian. So that was part of the impetus for putting the special out.
Let's talk about creativity. Again, you said the movie was something you had in the works for a while. Stand-up has been a thing. You've done music as well. I have to ask, what does Paul REISER do if he has 5 hours free on a Saturday? Do you go back into the grind to work on something, or do you just, kick back and do nothing?
I will kick back. I'm a big fan of doing nothing. To the annoyance of my wife, who likes to do things, I go, I'll just sit here and read a book. I've gotten into reading the last couple of years, because, if I'm reading, then I don't have to watch the news. So I just bury myself in a book, and I'm very good at relaxing. I am not that driven.
The big special coming out, Life, Death, and Rice Pudding, going to be out on November 19th. The movie, The Problem with People, already out at select locations now, filmed in Ireland. I had the pleasure of being in Ireland over the summer. It's a beautiful country, but the roads are painfully narrow.
Yeah, you gotta suck it in a little bit as you're driving. But and the summer we were there. We shot it 2 summers ago, and it was gorgeous. And everybody said, "Oh, don't get used to it. It's going to rain tomorrow." And then it never rained. It was just beautiful. But of course, the rain is why it's so lush and beautiful, and the people are great. And it's kind of, I have no Irish blood in me, so I don't know why I was so drawn. But I only made the movie because I wanted to go to Ireland, and. It's true, and the people are great, and it's just a great country, and very, very tickled with the movie, and people seem to be really loving it. So that's been fun.
Paul REISER with us this morning. Life, Death, and Rice, putting out November 19th. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.